Jaws fans, look what surfaced. These photos were taken during the making of the blockbuster, and the public has never seen them until now. We all know this is a film that captivated and terrified generations of fans.
One of your favorites,
Oh,
I know
yes.
that. It was a trip to the vineyard and a lot of luck that brought those photos to light.
I'd say I'm a pretty big fan. I've been collecting memorabilia for years, for decades.
John Campopiano is a Jaws guy, and on a recent visit to the vineyard with his wife, he visited locations where the movie was filmed.
It's a pilgrimage that we have to make.
The couple was staying at the vineyard's Attleboro Inn.
I got back to the inn that we were staying at and mentioned it to the owner, Billy, and he said, "Oh, you're a Jaws fan?" And I said, "Oh, definitely." And my wife kind of chuckled because she knows that I'm a little more than just a fan.
Billy is Billy Reagan, the inn's owner.
And he said, "Oh, I've got some photos you might be interested in." And I said, "Would love to see them."
A couple of hours later, Billy started texting John these pictures that he took when he was a teenager.
And I felt my heart rate go up. Couldn't believe it.
There's the one of Bruce, the shark, with the technician working on it. There's the one with the fins, and there are two with a very young director featured.
In those photos, you see Spielberg talking with kids and presumably telling them what's going to happen in the shot.
John has been fascinated by Jaws since he was a kid.
I think it's got the perfect mixture of a lot of genres. It's got comedy, it's got suspense, it's got horror.
And to make a find like this is unique.
There have been a lot of documentaries and books written about Jaws, and you sort of think Martha's Vineyard is only so big. How many things could there still be left to find? And so when I found them, my first instinct was I want to share them with the world and other fans.
Now John is hoping that others will check their attics and basements for even more.
You're going to need a bigger boat.
It was a heck of a trip. It was a very happy accident. I'm grateful to Billy, and yeah, it's been a great experience.
It's going to need a bigger photo album at this point. Jaws is 44 years old today. The pictures we just showed you have been sitting in a box in the basement of that inn this whole time.
Oh, man, what a treasure.
Isn't that cool?
And for a fan, that is really, really cool.
I want to hear the music now.
Exactly, right? I want to see more of that movie.
JAWGUST. JAWGUST.
Hello? Hello? Dad? Sean? No, it's Mike. Michael? Where did you get this number from? From Sean. He gave it to you? He did. I'll have to talk with him. How... Why are you calling? You didn't get my letters? Letters? Never mind. When did you move? Oh, that was a few months back. I have to be honest with you, we're pretty busy right now. Your mother and I are heading out. Is there anything... Yeah, I thought maybe we could just talk for a few minutes. I mean, I have to be honest, now's not a great time. I wanted to ask you something. What's that? Well, I've been doing this podcast. What? This podcast. What is a podcast? It's like a radio show on the internet. A radio show? What station is it on? No, it's not a radio show. It's like a radio show. It's on the internet. Oh. Okay. And why are you telling me this? Well, I've been watching Jaws every day. Jaws? The movie Jaws? Yes. You've been watching it? Yes, I've been watching it every day. Yeah, every day. Why? It's this project I'm working on. It's called JAWGUST, where I watch Jaws every day and I podcast about it every day. Why? Well, I just thought it'd be a fun little project to do for the podcast. The radio show. Yeah, for the radio show. And how much do you get paid for this? Oh, I don't actually get any money for this podcast. Well, how many people listen to it? A few. They're out there. There's some I've heard from England and from Scotland. Really? Yeah. And I thought maybe I could hear from you. What do you mean? Well, I thought maybe you could come on the show and talk about Jaws, your Jaws memories. I saw the movie in the 70s. There. Is that good enough? Well, I thought... Listen, Michael. It was very surprising to hear from you. And if you could do me a favor, if you talk to your brother, could you make sure he calls me right away? I have to talk to him about something. Okay, Listen, I have to go. We're heading to BJ's. We have to pick up a few things for a party we're having. You having a party? Well, it's not really a party. It's more just like a family get-together. Oh. Yeah, so is there anything else? Family get-together. No. That's it. Okay. Then you take care. Okay, thank you. Happy JAWGUST, Dad. Happy JAWGUST, Michael.
JAWGUST, it is JAWGUST, where I will be watching Jaws each day. Podcast, got a podcast, but I'm not quite sure what I will say. The choice of this time I give you pause, 'cause it has nothing to do with Jaws. JAWGUST, it is JAWGUST, where every day I will watch Jaws and talk about Jaws. It helps if you like Jaws. Daisy, Scut Bucket, Fascinating Rhythm. Those are just 3 of the boats that they had patrolling Amity Beach. Was it City Beach, Public Beach, South Beach? One of the beaches. The main beach on the 4th of July, 1974. What was interesting to me is, Brody's on the beach and he's saying, Daisy? And he's talking and like, Daisy, Scut Bucket to Daisy, Fascinating Rhythm. You hear all these different voices. And then Hendricks is like, Daisy? This is me, Hendricks. He just uses his regular name. Meanwhile, you definitely see the kid with the wetsuit floating by. He totally missed it. Must have been that glare. Great job, Hendricks. I have a bone to pick with Hendricks, too. Oh, before I get there, happy JAWGUST 27th, everybody. Can you believe it is the 27th day of JAWGUST, the 27th day in a row that I watched Jaws. And while I have a good idea of what my last show will be, and I have a pretty good idea of what one of the weekend episodes are, there are still a few episodes up in the air that I'm not really sure what I'm going to be doing, including this one. As you can tell by that opening segment, I just kind of hit record and started talking, and that's what happens, which is pretty much how all my episodes go, really. But I'll tell you one thing. I still love Jaws. But I have to say today was kind of I don't want to say hard to watch. It's just that it was tough to find time to watch. Like by the time I was ready to go this morning, it was already a little after 8. And I was like, oh, damn, I got to work. So I'm working, trying to watch a few minutes here, a few minutes there. And I finally finished after work. Actually, last night was kind of tough too, because I was trying to do a bunch of different things and walk my dog and all these things. But nothing negative at all happens once you hit play. It's finding the time to get to hit play. But once you hit play, baby, it's party time. Now, back to my bone to pick with Hendricks. So we see him, let Polly do the printing. He goes off with the art supplies, whatever you want to call them, to make the signs. And he's like, the mayor's like, what's going on? And he's like, we had a shark attack on South Beach, Mayor. It's fatal. Now, he immediately gets taken by the mayor, along with Ben Meadows and the medical examiner, and they're whisked away, and that other dude, the Absorb, they're whisked away in the mayor's caddy, okay? On the drive over, I mean, there had to be conversation, right? Because this is what I assume happens. The medical examiner calls, so Brody calls the medical examiner, whatever. The medical examiner calls Brody, gets off the phone, and immediately walks out of the office and runs over to Meadows, maybe them first, and then runs over to the mayor. The mayor then comes outside and is like, what's all the commotion about? What is this? And Hendricks is like, shark attack, Mayor. So he's like, come on, guys, let's get in. And he gets the whole, well, not the whole cabal, because Harry wasn't there, and that other guy. There's another guy there. I don't know his name. I called him the Amity Cabal. I tweeted that out earlier today. It's the guys who sit at the front of the town room, whatever you want to call it. But anyway, they get in the car and they head over to follow Brody to the barge. And they reach him pretty quickly because they were obviously speeding, which is illegal. But on the drive over, you had to have heard the mayor yelling about things, yelling at the medical examiner saying, shark attack? How do you even know it's a shark attack? Couldn't have been a boat accident? Well, I suppose it could have been a boat accident. Okay, so if you're saying that, then you can't say for sure it's a shark attack. So there's no reason to say it's a shark attack if you can't 100% for sure say it's a shark attack, right? Well, I suppose I can. Okay, then you're going to change it to a boating accident? Well, I don't. Trust me. I have your back. Change it to a boating accident. We'll talk to Brody. We'll let him know. Get him to calm down. Can't have the beaches closed. And Hendricks is just sitting there, probably, still drunk off that Alka-Seltzer. He discovered the body. And he's completely like, no big deal. Not a problem. Hendricks might be to blame. If Hendricks put his foot down a little more, maybe, or if he went to Brody afterwards and said, Brody, Chief, there's some shit going down. I heard this conversation. And then Brody could have, gone back and says, nope, we are doing this. We are, closing the beaches, but Hendricks failed to do anything. Closed captioning, I have it on most of the time, but one of the things that it's what I notice is it's not perfect, so it doesn't give you every word that's said. It tries to. It basically, it gives you enough. It thinks it gives you enough. I don't think it gives you enough. So right at the beginning of the movie, right after Polly goes in and the medical examiner, says it's a shark attack, and Brody is like, where do we keep the beach closed signs? We never had any. And then there's that local guy who's like, Brody, there's a truck outside my building with New Hampshire plates on it, and there's a dead truck smack outside of my building with New Hampshire plates on it. Now, the closed captioning omits New Hampshire plates. Just says the truck parked outside. But I think that does a disservice to what's going on here, because the fact that he's screaming about it at New Hampshire plates, meaning this person's out of towner, okay? How dare this out of towner park here? We got to get these outsiders out of here. So as much as they like the tourist dollar, they don't care if the tourist gets eaten. They don't care how long you've lived there. You'll never be an islander. And they definitely don't want you New Hampshire people parking your trucks in front of their houses. Amity people hate outsiders. Speaking of those art supplies that Brody goes to pick up for the signs, that guy in the store, the guy that says, the Summer Gings come down here in June. Dude, like, if you're worried about June, June's almost over. Okay, what kind of business does this guy run? It's like, you don't have not a beach umbrella, not a beach, I don't know, I forget what else he said. I just remember beach umbrella. June's almost over. Why is he so worried about June? Dude. I mean, according to the police report, the false police report, it was July already. That tiger shark definitely did have some teeth, but it looked like they sunk into the gums because it rotted so much. I can only imagine the smell. As much as I love Harry Keisel, because that's his last name, I'm thinking, instead of antagonizing Brody on the beach, saying, you don't go in the water, maybe Harry should have talked to him about the karate kids chopping his fence at that moment. Like, hey, Chief, you have a moment? Let's talk about those guys karateing my picket fence, 8 or 9-year-olds. Hey, glasses. Instead of just getting him to insult you and you storm off. I mean, at the very least, you wouldn't have missed the slaughtering of local boy Alex Kittner. Speaking of that, this movie did two things that I hate the most, and this was part of that LA Times review that mentioned this. Killed the kid, killed the dog. That, I mean, movie-wise, that is like, I cringe with the thought of that. And in this movie, it's like, we're going to do it in the first 10 minutes. And when they do it, Brody runs up and yells, get them out. But he doesn't help one person get out. Now, Chief Brody is a perfect stallion. He's a hero. So he was obviously so afraid of the water that he wouldn't even, I remember he looks down. He's like, I didn't want to touch the water. You'd think maybe he'd run in and try to, help a few people out. But nope, he is much, much too afraid. I'm not proud that I noticed this, but the lifeguard on the beach, when the fake shark, the fake fin, and no whistles, they look right up that dude's shorts. They're pretty baggy. And I actually wrote the line, almost see balls. You don't, but very close.
I'm tired. Let's stop before someone reports us.
Don't worry. The chief lives on the other side of the island.
Am I coming in straight?
Don't worry. Just keep rolling.
We better catch something. This is my wife's holiday roast.
Don't worry about it. $3,000 buys an awful lot of roast.
$3,000 buys an awful lot of roast. But how much roast exactly? Well, according to thepeopleshistory.com, a rump roast was the most expensive roast listed, so we'll go with that one, was $1.69 per pound in 1978 in Illinois. So let's say 4 years before, it was 10 cents less. We'll go about that, $1.59 a pound. So if that's the rate, and again, I'm not sure, I'm just guesstimating, for $3,000, you could roughly get 1,886 pounds of roast. Now, I'm assuming that that they have top-of-the-line roast for a holiday. So I'm going to go with that. So I'm guessing, while they say $3,000 buys an awful lot of roast, I'm telling you that awful lot of roast is roughly somewhere between 1,800 and 1,900 pounds of roast. Now that will fill a freezer. And with that, you could probably say I've officially lost my mind. 27 days of doing anything over and over and over again can get to a man. But at least what I'm doing is watching one of the greatest movies of all time. Happy JAWGUST 27th, everybody. You know where you can find me, right? On Instagram and on Twitter, it's Geek Mentality. All one word. I mean, I assume you know that I'm out there and you're already following me and you're loving every minute of it. The website is fansnotexperts.com. Did you know that we also have podcasts about Metallica, Stranger Things, Iron Maiden, wrestling? Really, we just focus on mature, adult, grown-up type content. Because that's what the people want. And you can find it all at fansnotexperts.com. This was day 27. 27 days in a row. It's Thursday. This is the last Thursday of JAWGUST. I mean, we're coming up on the weekend. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Happy days. And then Monday comes around. It's the final day of JAWGUST. I call it JAWGUST the Reckoning. I don't. I just thought of that now because it's late and I'm tired. And I'm done. And you know what that means? That means here, I'm not going to say it too loud because my wife's asleep, is, okay, here comes everyone. You guys say it with me, my, I can feel it, it's coming, theme song. This is my podcast, I made it. Geek Mentality's what I named it. And I think you should listen and subscribe. Cause I'm kinda funny and awesome. I think that I'm worth your time and I'm kinda handsome. My mom says, please listen and please subscribe. At least listen to this episode. Fans Not Experts.